There are quadratic equations that cannot be solved by factoring. So if that would be the case, we are advised to use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Example number 1. Solve x squared minus 10x minus 25 equals 0. So our a here is 1, our b is negative 10, our c is negative 25. Plug them in to our quadratic formula. So it looks like this. Next, we are going to simplify furthermore. Of x equals 10 plus and minus square root of 200. Why 200? Because we have here negative 10 squared is 100, and then negative 4 times 1 times negative 25, that's also 100. So 100 plus 100 is 200. Now, to simplify furthermore, we can factor 200 in such a way that one of the factors is a perfect square. So in this case, it's 100 times 2. And of course, square root of 100 is 10. So this becomes 10 plus and minus 10, and then square root of 2. So 2 stays inside, all over 2. So this is what we get now. Simplifying furthermore, we can see that this 10 can be divided by 2, and the other 10 here can also be divided by 2. So we have 5 plus and minus 5 square root of 2. And there are two roots here, or two solutions. The first one is using the positive sign, 5 plus 5 square root of 2. And the other one is using the minus sign, 5 minus 5 square root of 2. So these are our roots. Example number 2. X squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. So here we are going to identify again our values for a, b, and c. So we have 1, 2, and 5. Plug them into our quadratic formula. So this is what we get. Now simplify. So we have negative 2 plus and minus square root of negative 16 all over 2. We have 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5, that's 20. So 4 minus 20 is negative 16. Now, in algebra, if we have a negative number inside the square root sign, we have to factor that number in such a way that one of the factors is negative 1. So it looks like this. And we use I to represent square root of negative 1. So why I? Because this stands for the word imaginary. So now we can simplify furthermore. So negative 2 plus minus square root of 16 is 4, and square root of negative 1 is I. So this is what we get. Negative 2 plus and minus 4i all over 2. Now we can simplify furthermore because we can divide this negative 2 by 2 and then that 4 by 2 also. So we have negative 1 plus and minus 2i. Now there are also two things here. Okay, the first one is using the plus sign and the other one is using the minus sign. So the roots or the solutions are negative 1 plus 2i and negative 1 minus 2i. Example number 3. 3x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals 0. So a here is 3, b is negative 4, and c is 5. Plug them in to our quadratic formula. So this is what we get. Now simplifying furthermore, okay, this is what we get, because negative of negative 4 is 4 plus and minus square root of negative 4 squared is 16 minus 4 times 3 times 5, that's 60. So 16 minus 60, that gives us negative 44, and then denominator 2 times 3 is 6. Now simplifying furthermore, 11 times 4 times negative 1. Okay, square root of negative 1 can be represented by letter I, which means imaginary. Now, square root of 4 is 2, so this 4 goes out, it becomes 2. And then 11 is not a perfect square, it stays inside. And then square root of negative 1 is I, so this is what we get now. 4 plus and minus 2i square root of 11 over 6. Now we can still simplify this because we can divide 4, 2, and 6 by 2. So this is what we get. Now again, you know there are two roots here. One is using the plus sign and the other one is using the minus sign. So it's going to be 2 plus square root of 11 I all over 3. And then the other one is 2 minus square root of 11 I over 3. These are our roots or our solutions. Now I prepared here 3 items for you to work on. Okay, solving quadratic equations using quadratic formula. You can pause the video, and if you are done, I can now show you the answer. For item number 1, the roots are 6 and negative 11. Item number 2, we have the roots or the solutions are 4 plus square root of 7 over 2 and 4 minus square root of 7 over 2. And for item number 3, we have negative 2 plus square root of 3i and negative 2 minus square root of 3i. Did you get all the items right? I hope you did. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Teacher Rejil. Keep safe.